All right, good morning, friends, and welcome to this demo on Linux server administration. Okay, so this is our 7 a.m. demo session. At this particular 7 a.m. time, we have dedicated this time to the Linux server administration, right? But before I go into this Linux server, what is Linux, what is server administration, and all the other details, let me just introduce you about the package. I think most of you who are coming in this particular class, as of now, they already joined in a package, but I can see some new faces here. So let me just, introduce them to this package details. Then we'll go with the administration. Okay. See, at 7 a.m. every day, we'll go with our Linux server admin. All right. Now, this is one course that we have in our package. So what is the package here, friends? Package, we have Linux plus CCNA plus AWS, Amazon Web Services. Linux Server Administration, that is dealing with your server administration. CCNA deals with your network administration, and Amazon Web Services, as you know, it is a cloud service. It is a cloud computing, right? So we have 3 courses in this particular package. So in case if someone is interested in this package, then they can go with this package, which is for 7,999 INR. That is the fee of this particular package. And the duration of this package can be around 3 months. All right, this is the package. Now, if someone is planning to start their career in cloud computing or networking or the server administration, or let's say DevOps, cyber security, ethical hacking, or any advanced part of cloud computing like cloud security, cloud networking, okay, in any of this particular field, this package is designed for them actually. If someone is interested only the Linux administration, they can go only with the Linux administration. Well and good, no issues. Fees will be a bit different actually, but they can go only with the Linux administration. But like I said, you friends, if someone is interested in starting or pursuing a career in, let's say, server administration, network administration, cloud computing, many other modules in cloud computing, okay, DevOps, cyber security, ethical hacking, for them, this complete package is literally mandatory. Because what we are learning in Linux administration, we are not learning the same thing in CCNA. What we are learning in CCNA, we are not learning in the Linux administration. And what we are learning in the AWS, we are not learning in CCNA Linux administration. They may look 3 different courses actually, but at the end of the day, they are merging together. At one point, they will merge. Means in AWS, if you want to go with cloud computing, you should know the concepts of CCNA, you should know the concepts of Linux server administration. All right. And today, can we see companies using physical servers to run their applications? No. Today, can we see companies storing data within their company, within their local data center? No. Every company is literally moving into cloud, or companies have already moved into cloud. They are migrating into cloud. Okay. So today, cloud is one of the hot picks actually to start our career. To learn cloud computing in the best way possible, you should learn the Linux server administration as well as the CCNA, that is your network administration. So this is your complete package, my friend. I hope you understood now. Linux server plus CCNA plus AWS is the package. As of now, it is an offer package, so it will be only for 7,999. And like I said, if someone is only interested in Linux administration, well and good, no issues. They can come only in the Linux administration. And only for the Linux administration, the fee will be 5,000 INR. That is the fee for your Linux administration. Okay. So next couple of days, it will be demo sessions actually. So you can just come for the 2 demo sessions, 2 free demo sessions. You can see what we are going to learn in Linux administration, how we are, conducting our classes and all the other things. And in case if you are satisfied with everything, then you can go with the, you know, can I say admission here, or let's say, the payment and all the other things. But right now, this is a first demo session. It will be obviously, we are using the free link, and for next couple of days also, we'll go with our free link only. So for a couple of days, you can decide like what exactly you want to do with this particular package. All right. So this is something about your package, and this is something about your Linux administration course. Now, Let us follow some basic protocols here because the session I think is already, yeah, the recording has already started here. So each and every session we will record here, friends, whether it is Linux server administration or CCNA, or let's say the Amazon Web Services, whatever things you're learning, everything will be recorded and all the recordings will be shared with you. Initially, a couple of recordings will be available on YouTube, but later on, each and every recording will be shared with you directly through Google Drive. People who register for this course, the recordings will be shared with them. All right. So Linux, CCNA, AWS, every course will be recorded. Okay. So Linux will take approximately 35 days. CCNA will take approximately 35 days. AWS will take approximately 40 days. So I always say this, it is like a 100-day course if you're coming separately. But if you want to come parallelly, let's say Linux at 7 a.m. and maybe AWS at 9 a.m. or CCNA at 9 a.m., two classes in one day, then well and good. You can come in two classes in one day and hopefully in next 70 to 75 days, you can complete the complete package. But if you don't have sufficient time, if you want to come separately, if you want to come only in one class per day, then you can go with Linux administration first that we are starting today. And then you can go with like, CCNA or AWS, and then you can complete this complete package in next, let's say approximately 100 days. All right. So this is about your package details. So like I said, you friends, the, protocol is very simple here. And the protocol is whenever you have any doubt, use the chat box to send your doubts, my friend. Okay, instead of unmuting yourself in the middle of the class, just use your chat box. See, I just said hi in the chat box. I hope you can see my message there. So just use the chat box and send your queries in the chat box so that it will be easy for me to address every query that you're raising here. Okay, and in case if you want to talk to me at the end of the class, you can simply unmute yourself and you can talk to me. All right. Great. Yeah, Rohit, I saw your message. Anything you want to say, or you just send me a message there? Okay, fine. Great. So there is a chat box there. So just try to use the chat box and try to keep the sessions as interactive as possible. Done? All right. So let's move with our demo on Linux server administration. But again, let me just remind you again, this is a package where we have Red Hat Server Administration, CCNA, and the Amazon Web Services, all three only for 7,999. Okay, there is a package as of today. I'm not sure for how long they will keep this particular package, but as of today, this is a package. And I'm Shakeel Aman here. I'll be taking all the three classes for you, Red Hat Server Administration, CCNA, as well as your Amazon Web Services. I'll be taking all the three sessions, and for every sessions, we'll provide you the recordings for sure. So today's session, the recording has already started. Till the end of our course, we will record each and every session and will provide the recordings to you. In case if you miss any of the class for some reason, you have the recording available for you. You can just go through the recording and you can simply be ready for the next session. Done? Now let's see the Linux server administration. See, whenever I talk about Linux server administration or this Linux actually, what exactly it means? This is one of the most famous terminology we use in our computer networks, right? People say Linux servers and Linux server administration, or it's a people say Ubuntu Linux, Red Hat Linux, CentOS Linux, Kali Linux, okay, Fedora Linux, SUSE Linux, Debian Linux. There are different distributions available. But generally, we call it as a Linux server administration. But inside this Linux, there are different distributions available. So we'll go to the distributions and all these things later, but let us talk about only Linux today. Now see here, my friend, Linux is a operating system. Let us say it is a operating system as of now. Technically, Linux is a kernel. What is a kernel? That's a different discussion. But as of now, let's say Linux is a operating system. So the big question here is, what exactly is a operating system? What exactly is an operating system? See, we all are connected to this session by using different devices. Maybe let's say someone is connecting to this session by using a mobile phone, or maybe let's say desktop, laptop, or let's say some tab or anything. So there is one thing that is common in all these devices. Okay, every device is a hardware machine, first of all, but every machine works because there is a operating system available there. Okay, in every machine, there is a operating system running there actually. For example, if you go with mobile phone, Android, or let's say iOS, isn't it? In desktop, let's say Windows 10 or Windows 11. Same with your laptop and same with your tab. So every machine has an operating system. We simply cannot use any hardware machine without the operating system. Okay, or let me just put in this way, we cannot configure any machine without the operating system. So operating system is literally mandatory there, right? Now, what is the operating system? What exactly it will do in our machine? See, this is something about operating system that you need to understand, friends. It's a very simple definition that you might have seen many a times actually, somewhere on the internet or somewhere in your college or university. What they say, OS is an interface between a user and a hardware. Right? This is a very common definition, right? It is an interface between a user and a hardware. Obviously, it is an interface, right? See, I am a user, my hardware is a laptop. I am a user, my hardware is a mobile phone. I am a user, my hardware is a desktop machine. So, how as a user I am connecting with my hardware? With the help of operating system. If I just remove the operating system, can I use my hardware? No. Simple, right? If I remove my operating system, it can be Windows 10 operating system, Windows 11 operating system, or let's say Android operating system. If I just remove that OS, I simply cannot use my hardware. So without operating system, there is no machine that runs. Without operating system, we cannot use a machine. Okay, there are certain machines which are only hardware machine. Only basic OS will be there. But if you want to manage your hardware, if you want to configure your hardware, if you want to use your hardware in much better way, then you have to use a operating system there for sure. All right. Now, what operating system will do? What tasks it will perform? The operating system performs certain tasks, right? Like process management, resource management, security, networking, performance monitoring, data management, backup and recovery, running the application. This is one of the main part of our operating system, our main use of the operating system, that is running applications. Okay, and provides a user interface that ensures smooth interaction between user and the system. Okay, so whatever I have highlighted here, like process management, resource management, performance monitoring, networking, running the applications, data management, user management, group management, backup and recovery, automation. There are many things I have not written there, right? But still I'm saying user management, group management, automation, and all the other things. This is what we need to learn in an operating system, my friend. How we can run a application there. Running a application is one of the most important tasks we do on operating system. Now, what is the application? Application means, whenever you connect to the internet, you connect to some application. Let's say on the internet, you are connecting to some application like, I'm just trying to write the most common applications that we connect regularly. Let's say phone pay. It can be phone pay, or it can be some other, money transferring app, or it can be, let's say, Ola or Uber, or it can be, let's say, WhatsApp, mm, Insta, YouTube. So it can be YouTube or any other things, right? So all these things comes under application. Everything comes under application. So where are these applications running actually? These applications are running on top of a operating system. Okay. Now, if I just try to make things more, easier for you, I can say with 100% guarantee, all these applications are running on a Linux server operating system, my friend. Today, if you go and see the internet, approximately 85% of applications that are running on the internet, they are running on the Linux server operating system. This is such a big operating system, my friend. Whether you go with cloud computing, DevOps, cyber security, if you're a programmer, if you're into database, if you're into, let's say, something like SAP, if you're into multimedia, if you're into graphics and animation, whatever thing you know over the internet, whatever applications you're connecting over the internet, 85 or more than 85% of applications are running on our Linux server operating system. Literally, we cannot use internet in a day without connecting to the Linux operating system. See, as an internet user, we are connecting to the server, we are using the application. But now we are not users. We are not normal users here. We are administrators. So we should know how the operating system is working, how we can configure the operating system, how we can manage the operating system, and then we should know how we can prepare our operating system to run a particular application like a email server, a web server, a file server, a database server, a messaging server, a banking server, a movie streaming server. There are different types of servers available, right? So we should know how we can simply run the server or how we can simply run that particular application on that particular server. This is what we have to know, my friend. So this is your operating system. This is the thing that we need to learn. On top of the operating system only, my friend, we run literally everything. Got it? So what is security? What is performance? What is resource management? These are all different things that we will see. But as of now, I hope you understood what exactly is the operating system and what exactly it will do in your network. All right. So this is a operating system basic use. Okay. This next slide, we should remember this slide forever. We should just try to memorize or we just try to frame it forever. Because today, if you go and analyze how the technology is working, the technology is working in this way. First is your hardware. Second is your operating system. Third is your application. And fourth is you and me. We are users. So what we do as a user, we are connecting to some application. Whatever application names I have mentioned there, like, WhatsApp, Ola, Zomato, YouTube, Insta. These are very normal applications we use every day, right? So we are simply connecting to that particular application. We are directly connecting to the application. So 99% internet people who are connecting to the application, they're not thinking beyond it actually. There is no need for them to think beyond what is happening beyond the application or, behind the application. They're just connecting to the application. Imagine you go to your mobile phone, you open your WhatsApp, you check your messages, what you have received last night. Your work is done. Do you really think like, okay, where are the messages located, how the WhatsApp is working, where it is working, who is managing this WhatsApp, how it is working so smoothly? Do you need to imagine any of these things? No, it is running, it's running, that's it. Yesterday I was watching the match, the IPL match on Jio Hotstar. I was just watching the match. 13.5 something crore people were connected to that particular application. I thought like what exactly they are, doing there. As an administrator, as a person who is into this field for last 14, 15 years, who knows cloud computing, networking, server administration, and few more things, I was thinking like, okay, this many people are connected to this Geo application, let's say at around 10:30 or 11 p.m. watching Mumbai versus Chennai match. Then I was thinking like, okay, 13 crore people were connected to this server. There is a Geo application. So I was thinking how exactly these people are managing this. How many servers they need? What sort of server operating system they were using? What server hardware they were using? I was just thinking all these things. But 99.9 people who were watching that match on Geo Hotstar application, they were not thinking of any of these things, right? They were just connected to the application. They were watching the match. But as a technical guy, I just need to think a bit different, right? So hopefully very soon, whenever you connect to the application, when you see, okay, 2 lakh people are connected to the application, 20 lakh people are connected to the application, you will think, okay, how they are connected now, how the application is running so smoothly. You may be thinking in that way, actually. Okay. So 99.9% people, like I said to you, my friend, they are simply connected to the application. That's it. But now as a cloud administrator, network administrator, or as a server administrator, we need to think, okay, this many people are connected. That's great. But this application is running on What sort of operating system? And for that operating system, how much hardware is needed? Like how many CPUs are needed, how much RAM is needed, how much storage is needed, all the other details. This is what we need to think here, my friend. Okay, so these are the four layers that we have in our server. Hardware is there for sure, with some good configuration or some configuration, I can say. And then we have some operating system. If you go with the internet again, like I said, you 85% of applications on the internet are running on Linux server operating system. All right. And then the application, it can be any application. That application is literally running on top of the operating system. There are few cases where they will go with Windows Server operating system as well. But majority of cases, they go with Linux. So if you're into programming, if you want to go in cloud, if you want to become a cyber security expert, if you want to become a ethical hacker, if you want to become like, a database administrator, this is one thing that you should learn for sure. That is your Linux server administration. This is not only for Linux server administration, this particular course. This is for any person who is planning to go in any of the career paths that I have mentioned just now. All right. Fine. So this is what it is, my friend. This is the frame that you need to fix forever in your, memory, so that, you can understand how the technologies work. All right. So just take your time, 30 seconds. Just try to recall everything what we have discussed in last 20 minutes. And if you have anything to ask, any questions, like I said, your friend, chat box is always open. I no need to say every day, like send your messages in chat box. So chat box is always open. Whatever doubts, whatever queries you have, feel free to send your messages in chat box. I always say this, keep the chat box as busy as possible. Keep the sessions more interactive sections will be more interesting. It will go a bit deep. You're not watching any YouTube video here, right? You have a live session here. You have the option of interacting with the trainer in a way, right? Fine. Done. So this is your operating system. Now let us go a bit more about this OS. So when you talk about operating system here, friends, there are two types of operating systems generally we have. There are a few more that we will see in our coming sessions, but as of now, you can see clearly there is something called server operating system. There is something called client operating system. Listen carefully, friends. Server operating system is the OS that we are learning here. Client operating system we are already using from our school days in a way, right? Remember when we were in school, we started using, I'm not sure about you, but I started using Windows 98 when I was in school. I think in 10 plus 2 actually. School, I don't think we have any computers. In 10 plus 2, from my 12th standard, when I started, learning computers and all those things, the first course I did was MS Office in the year 2003, I guess. I was in 10 plus 2 back in those days. And I did my MS Office, and the operating system was Windows 98. So I started my career from using Windows 98. Now Windows 98 came, then came XP, then came Windows 7, then came Windows 8, 10, and now we are using Windows 11. In between, actually, there are many more softwares that were available, but they were not so successful. Okay, Windows 98 was successful, XP, 7, 10, and now Windows 11. All these OS were very successful. Now, these operating systems are actually known as client operating system. Now see here, friends, why these operating systems are categorized into server and client? Very simple reason. See, client OS is designed to run on a desktop machine or on a laptop. Where we can run on a desktop machine or we can run on a laptop. They are designed to they are designed for a particular purpose. They can serve one user at a time. They can allow a user to connect to a application. We can browse something, we can play a game, we can do some office work, we can make some documents, we can send an email, we can do all these activities on a client operating system. They are designed for a purpose. Laptops and desktops today, 99% laptops and desktops today, they work on our client operating system. And by the way, client operating system can be Windows client OS or Linux people also have client. Normally whenever we talk about client OS, generally we talk about Windows only, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 7, something like this. But friends, we have client operating systems from Linux also. They're not so famous. Maybe, 1 or 2% people, especially who are into like, administration field, like who are a hacker or into cyber security, or maybe someone is let's say a programmer. Very few high level programmers actually, they go with the Linux server as a client operating system in their laptop or a desktop. So let's say roughly 96% people across the globe, they use Windows as a client, and approximately, let's say 4, maybe it can be less than 4, but let's say 4% people, they use Linux as a client OS. So remember one thing, client OS can serve only one person on one machine. Okay, we can do many things there, like we can open a application, or we can connect to a application, we can play some game. Okay, we can open a audio file, we can open a video file. There are certain tasks that are very much possible on our client OS. Okay, and the other thing is, the cost of your client OS will be much more lesser. Cost means the license what we use, the license what we pay, actually that is much lesser compared to the server OS. So literally there is a client operating system available, friends, and this client operating system, like I said, is used in our laptops and desktops. So as of now, I'm using Windows 10 in my machine. So this is my Windows 10 client operating system. Now the other OS what we have here is actually your server operating system. Server operating systems are very special operating systems, my friend, that are designed to, fulfill a particular purpose. Like what purpose? The purpose is quite simple again. The purpose is to run the applications that you need in a company. They run the applications. Applications are like, email server, web server, file server, database server. All these are known as what? All these are known as applications. So to run any application, my friend, we need our special software that is called server operating system. Okay, and we can run our applications and we can host services on server OS. So what are the applications we can run? Like a web server, a mail server, file server, game server, banking server, social media app, etc. Whatever servers you are accessing every day in your life for last many years, whatever applications you are connecting from your mobile phone, from your laptop, or from anywhere, you are literally connecting to the application that is running on your server operating system. All right. And the most common server operating systems we get in market today are the Windows Server operating system, or Unix or Linux. What is Unix? What is Linux? What is the difference? That's a different discussion again. But as of now, Windows servers or the Linux servers are the most commonly server operating systems that are available over the internet today. Got it? So these are some types of operating systems. Okay. Let me just show you few other things here before I get any questions from your side, if there are any. Don't worry about all the other things. Let me just go to something else. Let me show you how the Linux operating system looks actually. We have to install the Linux operating system in our machine. To do practicals, actually, you just need to have a computer with a, let's say, internet connection and some resources like, let's say, 2 GB RAM, not 2 GB in a way, at least, 6 GB RAM, and some processor and some storage. We'll come to this. Okay, there is a question here. Can we install server OS in client system? That is what I'm showing you, my friends. See here. This is my existing batch that I've already completed. So let me just start this machine and show you how exactly it looks. It will take me one session actually to show you, like, how to install the server OS in your machine and how to do practical. This is one of the most important class you will get actually, so that we will see when time comes. But as of now, this is the server OS that I have just started actually. So server OS is getting up here now. This is the Linux server OS. It will take around 30 seconds or 40 seconds to come up. You just need to have, like I said, your working computer with, let's say, 6 GB RAM. Processor in most of the cases is not an issue. Storage also, we have sufficient storage available in our machines nowadays. So those resources are mostly available. The only problem you can face actually is with your RAM. So if you're having 6 GB or more than 6 GB RAM, done. You can do all the practicals what you need to learn, my friend. And let me just go to this putty. There is something called putty here. And this is my server. This is where we connect to our server. Root is the main user here. And some password. I've already entered the password. You cannot see the password, but still. That's it. What you see right now on your screen is your server operating system, Linux server operating system. It is CLI operating system, command line interface. Okay, let me show you one command here. Let's say cat etc/os release here. If I just enter this particular command, don't worry what commands I'm using here. We'll see whatever we need in great details. So see, once I say this command here, we can see some output. And can you see the output? Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.4 version. If you're learning any version with 9.x to 9.1, 9.3, 9.5, 9.7, whatever, that is your latest version. 9 series is the latest series that we are going to learn here. If you can learn 9, actually, you can work on 8 series also. Few differences will be there. That will not be a big thing actually to understand. But overall, we are learning this 9.x version here. So right now 9.4 is installed here. In case if I need, maybe I can go with 9.56, whatever. But overall, 4 is also more than enough for us to learn. This is a new version that we have from the Red Hat team. We are learning on the official Red Hat Linux server. The command what I have used here, the same command will be available in the company. We are literally using same thing. We are not changing even one thing. We are actually using the server that is already used in some lakhs and lakhs of companies across the globe. This is the same server we use. Okay, if I say ls-l, maybe today I can say maybe let's say some lakhs of administrators will use this command in their companies, ls-l. They will see some output. If I say, for example, if I say only ls, again, maybe some lakhs and lakhs of administrators across the globe will use this particular command. So like this, we'll see each and everything what we need to know. So this is your Linux operating system. This is your real Linux operating system that we have, that we use to do practice. And this is the same Linux server where we work actually, my friend. Okay. For example, if I say user add, and let's say user I'm adding as, let's say, Allo Arjun. I just added a user with the name Allu Arjun. How to check it? Just say tail/etc/ and let's say password. So say, can you see Allu Arjun user has been added here? So like this, we do some configuration there. So what I'm trying to show you here is, it's not a big deal for us to install the Linux OS. And if you follow some basic methods, it will not be difficult for you to learn the Linux operating system. Majority of people who are very much afraid of learning the Linux operating system, they feel like, okay, it is all about commands, commands, commands. It is not coding, my friend. It is about commands. See, I said user add, and then I said Allu Arjun. Now, suppose if I say add user, and if I say, let's say, Rashmika. See, user is added again. The command is similar. But if I say, please add user, let's say, mm, Raju. What it says, please add user command not found. So what we need to learn here is, we need to learn the commands that are already available there. We are not adding any command from our side. We are not introducing a new command. We are not designing a new command. Whatever commands are available, those commands we need to learn. That's it. It's not like we need to make something new there. Whatever operating system is offering us, that particular, service or that particular command, we need to learn here, my friend. If I say clear, it will clear the screen. Let's say ls. If I say clean, it says clean is not available. So clear is the command. Clean is not the command. So see, it is a very simple operating system, my friend. A day will come in your life as administrator when you feel you're more comfortable in the command line interface compared to the graphical interface. As of today, if everyone is a fresher in this particular session, maybe they are more comfortable in graphics. See, I can just go here, I can go to E drive, I can go there, I can open this folder, I can, just double click on this particular file. Okay, I can just open this file, I can see each and everything, or I can just open any, let's say, Word file. Let me just open this syllabus here directly. Okay, I can just open this PDF file. I can just view everything there. It looks more easier, right? It looks more easier actually for us to use graphical interface. But my friend, like I said, you as a administrator, when you start using CLI, when you feel more comfortable in CLI, that is the day actually you have succeeded in your career, my friend. Initially, it's a human nature. It may look a bit difficult to use commands. But like I said to my friend, it will be very easy within few days, or let's say maximum in, let's say, 1 week or so. So once you're comfortable and once you're enjoying the CLI, you have started your career for sure. There is no looking back now. If you can learn the Linux administration, cloud computing, networking, DevOps, cybersecurity, programming, coding, literally everywhere the Linux server is used. Got it? So this is the way we do the practice. So we just need to install in our machine. How to install in our machine? Like I said, I'll explain you in more details in coming classes. It will take at least one class actually. Then we will see. But right now, this is our Linux server operating system that you see on your screen. This is what we are learning here, my friend. All right. So it will not be a difficult task if you follow certain methods, if you follow some techniques and all those things. See, there is no other option. Let me just put in this way. There is absolutely no other option available for you, my friend. You cannot imagine succeeding without having the skills from the Linux servers. Maybe you want to go with networking, cloud computing, DevOps, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, security, cloud security, cloud networking, whatever you are aiming for, my friend. If Linux is not mentioned in your resume, it's very difficult for you even to get a call, the interview call, I can say. Forgot about getting the job. Okay, I'm not scaring you, I just want to present facts for you actually. Okay, and the second thing what I'm trying to say here is you will definitely enjoy learning Linux server administration, because the way we go in this particular class or in this particular batch or any Linux batch, we'll just try to learn things in the best way possible. Okay, learning should be fun, learning should be easy, learning should be in a particular way. So if you can just follow the method, or if you can just follow what I'm trying to explain you here, Linux will not be difficult for you for sure. Like I said, if Linux is easy, or if you can understand Linux, remaining all the technologies will be super easy for you. You will get more confidence first of all, and the other thing is you will be using Linux literally everywhere. Okay, so there is no coding needed, there is no prerequisites needed. If you are coming from a completely non-technical background, I'll make sure you learn everything from scratch. No need to worry about anything. No need to have technical knowledge in college or university. No, if you are a BCom graduate, or if you have done MBA in marketing, or if you have done MBA in HR or whatever, you are 100% eligible to start this particular course. You are 100% eligible to learn this particular Linux administration. All right, so this is what the Linux is all about, my friend. We just try to understood like how important is Linux actually. Hopefully understood the importance of Linux here. So there is no escape here, my friend. You have to learn, you have to learn. That's it. Okay, and like I said, the majority of people are afraid of Linux because they feel it's a coding, or it's something like a programming. No, it's not coding. Like I said, the commands are already set. We just need to know what command is used for what. And when you say a command, what output we need to see. Like for example, if I say mount, one command here called mount. I just said mount here. It will show me a big output. But my friend, the output is not for me. Everything is not for me. I just want to check maybe this particular line there. So in every output, what we need to check, that we need to understand again. So Linux at the end of the day will look more easier for you. Like I said you before, once you start enjoying the Linux server administration, there is only one thing that is happening in your career, that is growth. Okay. So instead of, let's say, you know, certain topics, instead of completing in 1 day or 2 day, I may just go with like 3 days. Majority of topics you can understand within a day, but there are few topics in every course actually where you need to spend a bit extra time. So wherever extra time is needed, I'll just go with the extra time, and I'll make sure like you'll be very much clear with this particular concept. All right, done. So let me just take you to the syllabus once. Like we'll start with the Linux. I've just, we have just seen this couple of things today. We just need to go with many more other things. We'll see in coming classes. And then all the things, whatever we have written here, friends, we have to see in more details. Okay. For example, once you get a job, what can be your job? Your job can be, or your responsibility in a company can be on only on this file and directory permission. We are learning many things here, but your responsibility can be on file and directory permission. Your responsibility can be on disk management. Your responsibility can be on, let's say, RPM and YAM. Or your responsibility can be, let's say, on scheduling the task, that is your automation. Your responsibility can be there on, let's say, backup. See, there are many things we are learning, my friend, but your responsibility can be there only on one or two services. It's not only with you, it's with everyone. As of today, you cannot see an administrator who is working on all the services what I have written there. That's literally not possible for a person to manage everything. That's no way possible. Have you ever seen any school where there is only one school teacher and there are, let's say, 300 students there, and that one teacher is taking class for all the 300 students? Science, maths, social, English, Telugu, Hindi, Marathi, Kannadi, whatever language is there. That's literally not possible, right? There are a group of people. So in our company also, my friend, there is a group of people. There is a team, networking team, the administration team, cloud administration team, server administration team. So if you get a job on server administration, maybe the company can say, listen, we need someone to manage backup and restore. You're working on this. Maybe you may get work on disk management, file management. That's it. Now, can I say like this? Can I just learn disk management, file management within like say 2 days? And can I work on it in a company? Because that is the place where I'm working most probably. That's not possible, right? Like, if you go and see Virat Kohli, for example, I can see one person join this group with the name Virat. I'm not sure he is Virat Kohli. And most probably that's not his actual name. So please just try to join the classes with your actual names. Okay, so in case, let's say Virat Kohli knows how to play only one shot, he will not be Virat Kohli, right? He knows every shot. So what I'm trying to say here is when you learn something, we need to learn many things. But when you work in a company, you have only some responsibility. You cannot manage more than two services. If you're a senior person, maybe you're managing two services. Let's say file permission and the advanced part of file permission, that is your access list, something like this. All right, this is the way things will work, my friend. This is the way the Linux server administration will be there. Got it? So this is one course that you should have mandatory on your resume. Let me just, put the details again for you. This is a package where we have Linux server administration plus CCNA plus Amazon Web Services. Okay. So at 7 a.m., this session is dedicated for Linux server administration. In this Linux, we are learning RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, the latest version we are learning. Okay. And in case if you're interested in package, every week, every 10 days, we'll be starting a new CCNA batch as well as a new AWS batch. So you can come in some other AWS batch, maybe at let's say 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. or evening, let's say 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 9, 8 p.m., something like this. So we have continuous batches for this particular package. You can come in any batch. And I'll be handling all these three courses here, friends, Linux, CCNA, as well as AWS. So if you're coming in package, then most probably you'll be coming in this particular three batches in my class only. All right. Fine. So this is something about your Linux server, my friend. Hopefully you understood some very basics. At least hopefully you understood the importance of the Linux server. Hmm? Without Linux server, we simply cannot imagine internet today or any technology. Literally every technology what we have today is working on Linux. Let's say the latest technology which we talk more actually, right? That is your, uh, artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, robotics, satellites. Every technology has some tools, and all the tools are designed to run on Linux server operating system only. Hardly we see tools running on Windows servers. Majority of tools, they run only on the Linux server. And when I say majority, I'm not saying 51% here. 51% is also majority, right? I'm talking about, let's say, 85 to 90%. Okay. Now, there is a question here like timings for CCNA and AWS. Like I said, your timings can be different. Let's say maybe soon I'll be starting AWS at 9 a.m. Okay. Or maybe let's say evening 10 a.m., 10 p.m., sorry. Or let's say maybe morning 8 a.m. Or let's say evening 7 p.m. So whatever time you are comfortable in, my friend, you'll get multiple options there. It's not like you have to come, you have to follow only this particular time. No, you will get definitely multiple options there. So you can just follow, you can just, go with any of the time. But right now, 7 a.m. is dedicated for Linux. Okay. They will share the file here, Hariharan. They will just share the details with you through mail. Once we finish the demonstration, hopefully you have entered your mail ID as well as your mobile phone number there. So they'll share all the details with you on that particular mail ID what you have mentioned. Okay, there's a question here like, as you said before, Linux is 5,000. So what is the difference? So there is no difference in the course content, Chandrasekhar. The difference is you're coming only for one course, right? So for one course, I think for every course, it will be 5K. Separately, if you want to come for courses, it will be 5K. But if you want to come in package, this is like 50% discount here, right? 5K means so much, let's say 15 to 16K overall fees. But if you want to come in package, that will be like 7,999. The 50% discount is there as of now. If someone is interested only in Linux, then probably the fees is this. It will not be like, 7,999 divided by 3, that is, let's say approximately 2,500. No, it will not be like this. For a complete package, they have, some offer for you. But for one single course, it will be only 5K like this. All right. Fine. I'm still here for you, friends. Any other question? Any other doubt? I always say this, try to keep your sessions as interactive as possible. Your sessions can be, your questions can, make a topic more interesting, and you can understand the topic in much better way.
Hello.
So this was our first demonstration. Yeah, friend, Raman Singh.
Yeah, sir. Currently, I am working in product application.
Mm-hmm,
One company is social sector company,
mm-hmm,
and this company's work is product related. Product means one own application,
mm-hmm,
and only checking the application based support
mm-hmm,
means only product support.
mm-hmm.
And I joined this course. Then मुझे इस कोर्स में क्या बेनिफिट्स मिलेगा ना? मैंने तो जॉइन किया है ऑलरेडी।
Okay. See, the course is designed in such a way. I hope I can answer in English. So the course is, the question here actually is he's working as a pro. He's already joined in a company on a particular role. So his question is, will he get benefited from this particular course? See, the course is designed in such a way, my friend, that if you want to start your career as a fresher or as a 2, 3 years of experienced person, this is the course that you should go with. This is a package, or this is a course like Linux, CCNA, and AWS is a course that you should go with. Okay, let me just answer in one way. Let us imagine today across the globe, let's say there are totally 10 million companies. It will be more than 10 million companies, but let's say 10 million companies are there across the globe where they are using internet or where they are using computer networks and all those things, right? Now, I can say this with 100% guarantee. If there are 10 million companies across the globe where they are using computer network, in every company they need these people. What should I say? What more should I say here, right? I'm saying literally in every company, they need this. Maybe there are few companies where cloud is not needed, but Linux servers and network people are needed. Okay, so this package is designed for you so that you will be ready to face interviews literally in all the 10 million companies across the globe. Out of 10 million companies, I can say approximately there are 8 million companies where there is a team of server administrators, there is a team of network administrators, there is a team of cloud administrators. So just imagine, my friend, imagine you are a doctor, let's say MBBS doctor. Can you get job in all these 10 million companies? Okay, doctor is doctor, right? But can you get a job in all the 10 million companies? Obviously, no. Like, for example, if I take the example of my city, Hyderabad, let's say there are totally, just for example, let's say there are totally 1 lakh companies. You'll be eligible to get a job in all the 1 lakh companies. But how many hospitals are there? Let's say 2000 hospitals. So as a MBBS candidate, you will get job in only these 2000 hospitals. But as a Linux server administrator, network administrator, or as a cloud administrator, you will get job in all the 1000 companies, as well as you will get a job in this 2000 hospitals also. So can you get benefited from this course? Whatever role you have currently in your company, my friend, you will be 100% benefited, because at the end of the day, they are running on Linux servers, they have a network, and they are connected to cloud. So this package is designed in such a way that, literally it will be helpful for everyone. If you're a fresher who is planning to start the career today itself, then this course is again benefited for you. And if you are already have some experience, then again this course.
Yes, sir. Or my companies, I see Linux administration, sudo related commands and other. I see one
Mm-hmm.
AWS also using, and
Mm-hmm.
sudo command is also using. 5 more than 5 year I'm working in one company, but salary growth is not only 6.5 lakh per annual.
See, can I say one thing in more, different way? You know, I just entered the name as Alu Arjun here, right? See,
Yes,
the actor we know very well, right? Just imagine Alu Arjun is making same movie again and again. Will you go
yes,
and watch his movie? No. Just see his last 5, 7, 8 movies. Every movie story is a bit different. So he need to provide something different, right? So why salaries will not increase? One of the most common reason is it's a human nature again. Once I get a job, I'm more relaxed actually. I feel like, oh, I got the job, I'm getting money. Fine, everything is done, everything is working smoothly. 1 year, 6 months, 18 months, okay, that may be good. But my friend, after getting a job, actual process starts there. I remember I was watching one of the Virat Kohli's interview. He said it was easy for him to get a place in the Indian cricket team. But he said once he got a place in the Indian cricket team, the actual hard work he started then. Getting a job is one thing, and updating yourself, or moving up in the position is other thing. So if you're just stuck with what you have learned 5 years before, things will not work, my friend. Actually, it's a big thing if you're still working in a company for in this particular field for last 4 5 years without updating. Upgrading is a very basic necessity for everyone. Okay, so if you want to get more growth, better jobs, you just need to keep on learning. And keep on learning is a very beautiful journey, my friend. Initially, you may feel like, okay, do I need to learn every time, everything, this, blah, blah, blah. See, this is your foundation. Linux, CCNA, this is your foundation. If you know this foundation very well, my friend, you know, updating is very simple. Like, for example, WhatsApp. Remember 5 years before how we were using WhatsApp and how we are using WhatsApp today? Is it same? Answer is no. There are many updates happening in WhatsApp. There are many changes happening in the WhatsApp. So whenever there is an update or changes happening in the WhatsApp, it's very easy for us to update or adapt to those changes, right? Because we are using it regularly. So what you're learning today in Linux, probably 80 to 85% services, or let's say 90% services will remain same for next 20 years. Some minor changes will be happening here and there. So those updating we have to do. So you just need to update yourself to get a better growth in your career. Okay, I'll just take one example. 2003 was the server I started with, Windows Server 2003. When I started my career in the year 2007, 8, this was a server. Then you know what I did? I did 2008, 2012, 2016, 2019. Now 2022 server is also there. 2025 server is also there actually. But you know, friends, till 2022, if I talk, when I was learning 2003 server, Windows Server 2003, it was not easy because for the first time I was learning. But you know, when I started using 2008 server, 12 server, 16 server, 19 server, it was just a, basic hard work I need, basic, knowledge or basic, you know, updating I need. Then I have updated to all the latest servers. Learning for the first time is obviously a bit, difficult, if not very difficult. I just say you just need to concentrate a bit more. But once you know the concept, my friend, whatever new things you are getting, whatever new versions you are getting, it will not be difficult for you to update. You can just start working there. If a command is not working, then you can select, okay, why this command is not working. So there will be a document provided by the Red Hat people. They will say this was a previous command, or this is a new command. For example, let me just take one example here. If I say apt get install httpd. What I'm saying, apt get apt-get. It says the command not found. Let me just go to Google and say apt get command. So when I say apt get command here, what it says, a command line tool in Linux used to manage software packages. So this command is available, but why it is showing the command is not available? It is saying this command is available in something like Ubuntu and Debian Linux. Where it is available, there is something called Ubuntu and Debian Linux. So in Ubuntu and Debian, we use apt-get. But if you want to use the same command or the same service in Red Hat, we just need to say yum. See, there is a message, there is a, search here. It says apt-get versus yum. So in Linux servers, we use yum. In Ubuntu servers, we use apt-get. So this is just the upgrading we have to do regularly. That's it. Okay. So this is the
Yes.
package, my friend. This is what you need to learn. So like you said, sudo, there is a command here. Say,
Sudo, Apache, sudo, yeah, now Yum.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
are working in my company, but I am not aware regarding
yeah.
this command.
Exactly. These are the most basic things every administrator will do across the globe, and literally every server, yum, okay, sudo, file permissions, group permissions, users, process management, disk management, okay, job automation, all these things we will learn them, my friend. Okay, so this course is for a fresher as well as for someone who is, who is coming from a completely different background. No issues, my friend. I'll just make sure like everyone gets the best and the basic knowledge to the advanced knowledge. Okay, and if someone is having some experience, they can get even up to 3 years of experience once they complete this course. Okay. And I just want to address one person here, Anbu. I think I have seen you in many, demos till now, my friend. Literally every demo I have seen you for AWS Linux CCNA for last many months. I hope you are able to understand what we are discussing every day here. But still, I have seen you literally in every demo. All right. Okay. So anything else? Any other question, friends? I'm here for like another 30 seconds. If there is anything else to discuss, we will see. Or else we can stop the session for today. And like I said, tomorrow also we have the same demo session. I will just try to go a bit more deeper into the Linux server administration. Let's see what happens. So again, I'll just put it here. This is Linux plus CCNA plus AWS. If someone is interested only Linux, not with CCNA and AWS, same class, same, syllabus, everything will be same, but only the difference will be in the fees. So like I said, you only for Linux, it will be 5K. And if you're coming in package, it will be 7,999. That is your 8. All right. So it's up to you, friends. I'm here for like 30 more seconds. Anything else we will see, or else we can stop the session for today. All right. So I guess there are no more questions. So let's meet again tomorrow and let's see what else we can see in our tomorrow session. Okay. Thanks a lot, friends. And yeah, I can see all the people who are coming in some other classes also. There are only few people like Chandrasekhar, Ambu, Prasad. And again, I'm saying he's not Virat or not Sachin Tendulkar maybe. So please join with your actual name so that we can, address each other with our names. So I'm Shakeel, your friends. Whenever you are addressing me, just try to address me with my name, Shakeel. So hopefully I'll.
Sir, my name is Virat Reddy, sir. Hi, sir.
Okay, sorry, my friend. Your actual name is
Yes, sir.
Virat Reddy?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Nice to meet you, my friend. Because normally I see people coming with names like Shah Rukh Khan, Allu Arjun. So Virat is also a very popular celebrity name, right? So I thought like, okay, 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 okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, Virat. I think, yeah, I'm wishing all
Yes,
the best for you, my friend. Sorry for the
yes, sir.
misunderstanding. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. So that's it for the day, friends. We'll meet again tomorrow, again at same time, 7 a.m. India Standard Time, with more details of our Linux server administration. Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot, friends, and special thanks to Virat for joining. And good luck for your IPL, my friend. At least, hopefully, you'll win this year.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's meet tomorrow. Let's see. Take care. Bye. Take care. Yeah. Good day.